Imagine a future with no limits on innovation, where cities emerge from the ocean and deserts transform into futuristic utopias. Japan's newest megaproject may be a glimpse into what lies ahead for humanity. Stay with us as we explore the world's 20 most expensive designs ever imagined and the powerful impact they're having on our world. Woven City. Imagine a sustainable city with fully automated cars that produce zero emissions and solar-powered buildings where your trash takes itself out, your fridge restocks automatically, and robots deliver your groceries. Welcome to Woven City, a living laboratory and Toyota's $800 million leap into the future. Before Toyota became one of the leading car manufacturers in the world, it was a loom manufacturer. Woven City is a homage to its roots. The idea is that threads of tradition and innovation come together to create a new way of life. This prototype city is under construction at the base of Japan's iconic Mount Fuji. Built on an area of 175 acres, this city will serve as an experimental hub with 2,000 residents, with futuristic technologies designed to reimagine how we live, move, and interact. The company will make use of robotics, artificial intelligence, and autonomous vehicles. One of the standout features of the city is the concept of 3 routes. The city's streets are divided into 3 layers, one lane for pedestrians, one for mobility vehicles or bikes, and one for driverless cars. This design was imagined keeping in mind the safety of people and also to ensure the smooth flow of traffic. The city is meticulously designed in an attempt to keep the carbon footprint minimal. Set to soft launch in 2025, Woven City could redefine urban living.
BART Silicon Valley Extension. Costing about $12.2 billion, the BART Silicon Valley Phase 2 extension is one of the most expensive transit projects taken to date anywhere in the United States. The project is designed to expand the Bay Area Rapid Transit System deeper into Santa Clara County. Phase 1 of the BART Silicon Valley expansion, which opened in 2020, added service to Milpitas and Bereza. Phase 2 aims to extend the line to San Jose. It will include 4 new stations and a single-bore tunnel running beneath downtown San Jose. After years of planning and delays, construction officially began in mid-2024. First estimated to cost $4.4 billion and to be completed by 2026, delays caused a significant increase in costs. Current projections put the budget at approximately $1.22 billion, with completion expected by 2037. Increasing material and labor costs, supply chain issues, and the decision to go with a single-bore tunnel design have all contributed to the increased costs. The tunnel, dug out by a custom boring machine, is designed to minimize surface disruptions, but brings challenges and added costs for commuters. The extension could save up to 30 minutes on a 50-mile trip compared to driving.
Mumbai-Ahmedabad Bullet Train. Mumbai-Ahmedabad High-Speed Rail, better known as India's bullet train, is set to be one of the most expensive infrastructure projects, costing roughly $15 billion. This massive undertaking promises to transform rail travel in India. The 508-kilometer-long project will reduce the travel time between 2 of the major economic hubs of the country, Mumbai and Ahmedabad, to 2 hours in comparison to the current traveling time of 7 hours. These trains with an operational speed of 320 kilometers per hour would rank among the fastest in the world. Funding comes largely from a soft loan from Japan with repayments set to span over 35 years. Indian and Japanese companies have partnered to bring this project to life. Some of the most famous contractors have been hired to oversee construction, but perhaps the most expensive and technologically complicated part of the project is the 7-kilometer undersea tunnel under Thon Creek. With a project cost this high, one might ask why such a significant investment. This bullet train is going to have a long-term effect on the transportation infrastructure and the economy, transforming daily commutes for millions.
John F. Kennedy Airport expansion. John F. Kennedy International Airport is one of the busiest airports in the world, serving just over 55 million people in 2022 alone. This airport is perhaps the most popular route for foreigners to enter North American soil. The JFK Airport is now undergoing a major transformation. This $19 billion redevelopment is the largest airport overhaul in the nation. The redevelopment will focus on 2 terminals, Terminal 1, set to be JFK's largest terminal, and Terminal 6. The new Terminal 1, spanning 2.8 million square feet with 23 gates that will serve international flights, is said to replace the existing Terminals 1 and 2 and the vacant site of Terminal 3. Construction began in September 2022, and the terminal will open in phases, with the first one being operational by 2026. On the northern end of the airport, Terminal 6 is under construction. The $4.2 billion project began in February 2023 and will feature 10 gates. The first phase is set to open in 2026, with full completion by 2028. Once at the forefront of international flying, the airport had fallen behind due to the growing passenger demand and its aging infrastructure. But now, with more than 55 million passengers today and projections reaching 100 million by 2050, this transformation is a step in the right
Great Man-Made River. $25 billion. Hidden beneath the sands of the Sahara lies one of the most ambitious engineering projects in the world. The Great Man-Made River is an extensive network of underground pipelines that brings fresh water from ancient aquifers deep in the Sahara to Libya's coastal cities, farms, and industries. Costing approximately $25 billion, it is the largest irrigation project in the world, and many have aptly described it as the eighth wonder of the world. The story began unexpectedly in the 1950s during oil drilling in southeastern Libya. Explorers stumbled upon vast reservoirs of fossil water stored in the Nubian sandstone aquifer system. This was the start of a new plan to bring water to farms for agriculture. However, the government changed its mind and decided to divert this valuable water to the coast, where populations and industries were growing. Spanning over 4,000 kilometers, the Great Man-Made River project connects over 1,300 wells, supporting life and growth in a harsh desert climate. Phase 1 of the construction began in 1983 with a pipeline of 1,600 kilometers connecting some major cities of Libya, followed by Phase 2 in 1996, which connected the country's capital, Tripoli. By 2009, Phase 3 added over 1,200 kilometers of pipeline. While this is a remarkable attempt to harness ancient resources for modern needs, there is a small problem. The Nubian sandstone aquifer system is a finite resource with no natural recharge, and without sustainable water management, Libya may soon run out of this water resource.
Kansai International Airport, $29 billion. An airport on an artificial island might sound like an idea for a sci-fi movie, but the Kansai International Airport in Japan is very much a reality. The airport construction took 20 years and was completed in 1994 in Osaka Bay. The construction of Kansai International Airport required an investment of $15 billion. The high cost was primarily due to its construction on an artificial island in Osaka Bay. The reason why an artificial island was constructed wasn't merely a decision to show off the engineering marvel, but rather a necessity because Japan's densely populated urban areas left little room for traditional airport expansion. However, engineering challenges emerged early on. While some sinking was anticipated, the island has sunk faster than initial projections. A lot of money has been spent on attempts to stabilize the island by raising seawalls and reinforcing foundations. Yet projections suggest that it could reach sea level by 2056. Other than these costs, high operational expenses, such as high landing fees and utility costs, added to the high costs. A $2 billion construction debt with annual interest payments of $560 million further added to the finances, making it one of the costliest projects in the world.
International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor, $25 billion. With an estimated cost of about $25 billion, the International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor aims at using fusion energy technology, initially conceived in the mid-1980s. It is a project designed to demonstrate that fusion power can be harnessed for sustainable energy production by trying to replicate the process that powers the sun. It involves the ionization of hydrogen into plasma in a giant vessel to produce more energy than it consumes. The International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor involves a collaboration of 35 countries. The project officially began in 2006 with a 10-year timeline. However, as of a recent report, the timeline has been extended. The delays are a result of numerous issues, including the late delivery of critical components and manufacturing defects in key parts. Replicating the fusion process that powers the sun requires advanced superconducting magnets, high-energy plasma heating systems, and precise control mechanisms, all of which require the best materials and skills, making it one of the most costly projects in the world. The Grand Paris Express is not only one of the biggest, but also one of the most expensive infrastructure projects undertaken in Europe, with an estimated total cost of around $48 billion. This enormous price tag shows the massive size of the project, with around 200 kilometers of new tracks, 68 new stations, and extensions of the existing lines. One of the major reasons it is so expensive is that construction will be carried out deep underground. Much of the Grand Paris Express network will be dug 35 meters beneath the city. That depth calls for specialized machinery, including massive tunnel boring machines. Environmental considerations further elevate the budget. These goals involve additional investments in eco-friendly materials, waste management, and low-carbon designs for stations in surrounding urban areas. Construction started in 2015 and is projected to continue through 2030, which requires sustained investment over a long period, which means a large portion of the cost is borne by taxpayers.